Hello lovelies, I am back. I missed a couple of weeks because I've had a horrible virus. I'm still not entirely back to normal in terms of kind of my sense of smell and taste. So there are actually a couple of new things this week, and you'll have to sort of take some of it with a grain of salt, because from wearing my normal perfumes, I'd say I can actually smell perfumes kind of properly, but they're not very strong to me at the moment. And so I'm not really sure about new perfumes when it comes to the strength and longevity, but obviously anything that I've tried, I'll be wearing again at some point. I'll be trying out. There's actually a couple of samples I have that I need when my sense of smell and taste is a little bit better. I need to give them a full day's wear test, because at the moment I like both of them and I kind of want a bottle of both of them. So anyway, let's get started. So Saturday I wore this little baby. This is an absolute classic for me. Vera Wang Embrace Marigold and Gardenia, otherwise known in my brain as Melon and Marigold, because it's fruity, almost candy-like, it's sweet. It's slightly unusual smelling and has that slightly weird plasticky note in it that I get when there's cardamom in a perfume. So the notes here are top notes of melon and mango, middle notes of marigold, gardenia, orange blossom, base notes of cardamom, musk, sandalwood and cedar. And so you know how in Yes I Am, the original Yes I Am, there's that slightly strange smell that you get with cardamom. It does kind of make things, to me, smell slightly plasticky, but in a weirdly pleasant kind of aromatic way. So you get that in this perfume a little bit. There's definitely that kind of, I recognise melon, I recognise marigold, it's probably a bit musky, it's actually really sweet. But what is that other thing going on there? There's something else going on. And it's the cardamom, to be honest. But I love this one. I find it really easy to wear. It's so delicious. Again, you can still get these for so cheap. I think they're 15 quid full price. But they're something crazy, 5-6 quid if you get tester bottles of them from Direct Cosmetics. I was wearing that during the day on Saturday. And then in the evening when we were snuggling, I put RiRi by Rihanna on. This is the one that in all the pictures looks pink, but if in the little bottles, definitely it doesn't really have a colour, it's kind of see-through. But this is a sweet and creamy kind of custardy vanilla-y type smell with a lovely passion fruit in the top. So it's it's really pretty. Oh yes, rum of course. So top notes here are passion fruit, rum, mandarin orange and cassis. Middle notes are honeysuckle, pink freesia, jasmine and orange blossom. Base notes are vanilla, musk, cyan, benzoin and sandalwood. And I do get a little bit of florals, but I find mainly with this it's passion fruit, rum and then a really creamy vanilla in the base. So this is one that I think is quite good for kind of evenings and snuggling and just sitting around with your partner, or it's probably quite a good date perfume actually, because it is rich and sweet. Yeah, it's super pretty, quite easy to wear, that one. And it's a vanilla that it's not my favourite vanilla, but it's really quite wearable to me. So yeah, that's RiRi by Rihanna. Okay, and then Sunday, a safe bet really for just hanging around my house. Yeah, it's just a bit of a musky classic. Fruity, musky, floral. So this is Guess Dare. This is not the normal lid because this is a tester bottle. So this is a lid that I stole from an old bottle of perfume. This is one my husband really likes and I find it really easy to wear. I normally wear this one in summer, but again, I've kind of been wearing, while my sense of smell's been coming back, I've been wearing things that I know I'm not going to massively overspray and they're not going to be horribly overpowering and that kind of thing. So notes in this one are kumquat, pear blossom and lemon blossom in the top. Middle notes are cactus, flower, jasmine and wild rose in the middle notes. The base are musk, woody notes and coconut. So I don't find this massively coconutty, but I find that it has a bar soapy style musk in the bottom. It kind of reminds me, if you know that kind of Lanvin DNA that you get with some of their musky perfumes, so both in Modern Princess and Jeanne. those perfumes both have that kind of fruitiness, then some florals, and then like this kind of musky base that smells a bit like a fancy bar soap. This has that kind of vibe to it. Like if you put this in a Lanvin bottle, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's totally got that DNA. So the Kumquat is quite an unusual fruity smell in this. And actually, I just got another perfume, which I'll talk about another time. And I was like, oh, I kind of like this. Well, it reminds me of something. And I've just realised it reminds me of this, but it has another quite tropical and unusual fruit in it. So I'll work that out, and I'll talk to you about that as soon as my sense of smell is better, because currently it's a bit like, oh, well, you know, it's I don't necessarily trust everything that's going on in my nose right now. But yeah, so it's got the pear blossom is so pretty in this. The lemon blossom's beautiful. Tiny bit of rose, tiny bit of jasmine, cactus flower. I don't know what that smells like, so I feel it's probably quite unusual. But I think it's such an easy wear, this one. Oh, my beloved is next. Okay, so that was Sunday. Look at it; they all kind of match quite nicely, these, tonally. You've got silver, you've got rose gold, and you've got gold. First day back at work after well, it's not the first day, but I mean, I was at work last week, but the first day back at work where I haven't felt genuinely dreadful. I still got a horrible cough and I'm still quite blocked up, but oh god, I love this perfume. I love it. I have not worn this for quite a long time. The reason I haven't worn it for a long time is because I've been wearing another one that you'll see in a minute, which I talk about all the time, which is kind of sweeter and warmer. This one's a bit cooler. It's not, I mean, it is just so lush, this perfume. Because it's been a while since I've actually worn it, I'd forgotten how much I adore it. It's one of my most comfortable, easy to wear perfumes, this. To me, it smells like literal coconut cream. Literal, out of the fridge coconut cream with a ton of sugary, sweet tonka. It's just so lush, and I know there's a lot of sandalwood in this, and a lot of people just mainly get those kind of woody notes and the musks. There's so much musk in it. But it's just glorious. I adore Katy Perry's Indi. It is so lush. And literally, I wore it and I was like, I could happily wear that all week. I could just happily smell like that every single day. So the notes in Katy Perry's Indi, top notes of plum, white tea and bergamot. And you know me, if you watch me regularly, you know how I feel about tea perfumes. I think I've got 2 whole videos of tea perfumes, and some of those I've decluttered because like I said in the video, they either were too much like other things, or they didn't work for me for some reason. Some just lean maybe slightly too masculine, or you know, that kind of thing. Like the Vera Wang Embrace tea perfume is too sharp for me, like too sharp white florals for me. But generally speaking, there's something about tea in a perfume that makes it so comfortable for me to wear, like super cozy, comfortable, easy going, easy breezy. You definitely get a bit of plum and bergamot when you first spray this, you definitely do. Middle notes, white cedar extract, lily of the valley and cyclamen. I'm not entirely sure I find this very floral. You definitely get a bit, see, I always think of this as a sandalwood perfume, but it's white cedar extract, and it's not like a cheap smelling cedar to me. I think this smells amazing. I think this smells like a very fancy perfume, because I think it smells just like my friend's perfume, which is a Van Cleef & Arpels perfume. I think this smells so similar that when she wore it, I thought she was wearing Katy Perry's Indi. Like, to me, they smell very similar. Now, the base notes are insane in this. Musk, white musk, black musk, Egyptian musk, island musk. Crazy, right? That's a lot of musk. Tonka bean and amber. So to me, like I said, this is creamy, it's sweet, there's a weird coconutty vibe about it, it's musky, it's slightly woody, it's got a coolness to it. It's like, I don't know if like, I mean, maybe that's the white musk, because I find white musk cold compared to like a more golden musk, but the ambers and tonkas like all rounds it out. It's delicious. But my friends, and also one of my absolutely favourite YouTubers, Ruth Ann McKinnon, they both describe this as like your boyfriend's t-shirt kind of smell, which I find that really interesting because this is very, very sweet to me. I think this is a really sweet perfume, but it's like an easy wear sweet to me. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I'll stop going on about it. I love it. I'm obsessed. I love that perfume. I can't wait to wear it again already. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about it because I don't wear it much in winter. Okay, and then I wore this one on Tuesday because it was Valentine's Day. I was like, why did I wear this on Tuesday? So this is Burberry Brit, and very importantly, this is the EDP of Burberry Brit. I wore this on Tuesday because it was Valentine's Day and my husband likes this perfume, and I wanted to smell yummy and edible, and I wanted to be wearing something that he would enjoy as well as me. He actually really likes this one as well, but I went for this one. It's kind of sexier. I think this is quite a sexy perfume because it is quite sweet and almondy. It's just got this beautiful almond in it. So the notes in this are top notes almond, lime and pear, and you get all of those notes. You get a beautiful almond, you get a zingy lime when you first spray it, and you get that, it's almost like a sweet pear juice, you know? It's just delicious. And then the middle notes are candied almond, sugar and peony. I wouldn't have known there was peony in this, to be honest. But the candied almond, it gets sweeter as it dries down. And then you've got vanilla, tonka bean, amber and mahogany. I don't get a massive amount of mahogany either. I don't find this particularly woody. I think the vanilla just joins with that candied almond and the pear and the tonka bean. The amber makes it kind of warm, and it is just so beautiful. I love this perfume. I think it's really easy to wear. It's incredibly pretty. I'm just super into it. Then we've got a new one. Ooh. So, Wednesday. I am excited about this one, guys, because it's really cheap and it's really tasty. So, I've had this in my kind of wish list for ages. This is Hollister, and this is a festival Nite. Nite spelled Nite, which is hideous. But anyway, the reason I'd seen this before is because it has a marshmallow note, and I've wanted a marshmallowy perfume for ages, and I've never really found one that I liked. And quite a lot of them, firstly, all of the Ariana Grande perfumes, I can't really find one that I actually enjoy. The only one I want to really smell that I haven't been able to is REM, because I do kind of like lavendery perfumes, but everything else I've smelled in Superdrug or when I've smelled Cloud, or if I've ever been able to smell them, not really that bothered. I don't really like them. They're not my kind of thing. There's always something in them that I don't like. And then the other marshmallows I've smelled seem to always have either neroli or orange blossom, and that's like a super specific smell to me. I find them both quite soapy, and then I genuinely find orange blossom quite sickly if it's with sweet things. And neroli can be the same, because neroli, I think, has that orangey soapy smell. So this one has marshmallow in it, right? But it also has blackcurrant, and it's been compared to Avon Far Away Rebel, which is one that I really, really like, and I have a bottle of that. I went for the smaller bottle of this to be safe because I'm very sensible, and I got it on Amazon for $9.99. It's got a kind of glittery rubber on here, and then there's like a little Hollister, some kind of bird. I think it's a seagull. So when I got this and when I smelt it, I was like, God damn it, I should have got a bigger bottle of this. I really like this perfume. Let me have a quick sniff. Yeah, so it definitely has... Oh, let me show you. Also, that's how that opens. Let me just see if you can actually see that. I was doing it the other way around. So, up, clicks into place, down. So you twist it. It's a twisty one, and it's so cool. I really like this bottle. I think it's a really cool idea. It does seem to be quite firm. You can't really push it down, so that's really good. So the notes in Festival Night: top notes coconut, mandarin orange, pink freesia. Middle notes blackcurrant, orchid, and apple blossom. Base notes marshmallow, vanilla, amber. Now you will notice two things here that make me extremely happy. One, There is no wood here, so there's very little chance of it turning tar-like and having that synthetic wood I don't like, or becoming too woody. There's also no patchouli, which, those are two things that it's quite rare to find a perfume that has neither patchouli or wood. So this is super fruity, super creamy, dries down. I mean, you can smell that marshmallow instantly. It is very powdery, but the blackcurrant really stays. So it's a berry marshmallow. It is so delicious. I do think you can get a bit of a vibe for the coconut, but I think more than anything else that makes it creamy. And maybe you get a little bit of a vibe for the flowers, but I don't find it massively flowery. I think it's like you get a bit of vanilla, loads of marshmallow. I think marshmallow and blackcurrant are the main things here. With, like I said, with like that creaminess from the coconut. I love this. I think it's delicious. Now again, please don't it doesn't. I don't think this lasts particularly long. But again, my sense of smell is a bit messed up at the moment still, because I've still not got over whatever this weird cold virus I've had is. So I've had to reapply it quite a lot. This is like one wear basically here. But that might just be because I lose it. I lose the perfume quite quickly, because to be honest, I've lost the smell of quite a lot of the perfume. Like this one, I reapplied more than I normally would. So, I will wear this again, and I'll let you know if it lasts a bit longer. But it's not an expensive perfume, so I would not be surprised if it doesn't last very long. I think it's supposed to be an eau de parfum. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's supposed to be an eau de parfum, but to be honest, I find that meaningless nowadays. There's so many eau de parfums that don't last as long as some of my eau de toilette, so I mean, it's sort of meaningless. But it does smell like my Avon Faraway Rebel, which is a purple berry kind of sweet smell, except that one has woods in it, right? It also, I think, has ambroxan. And the problem with that one, I do really like it, but the last time I was testing it and I wore it, I got just a hint of that synthetic wood that smells like tar. It was kind of fleeting. It would come and go back. But I was thinking, oh no, now I've noticed that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to wear this again. So I'm very happy to have this one, because it really does remind me of it, except it's marshmallowy. It's like super marshmallowy. So instead of leaning towards what I think Faraway Rebel smells like, which is like a purple berry version of Cacharel's Yes I Am, it kind of has that slight vibe of that to me. But like, as I said, it smells like the way that I thought Yes I Am Fabulous was going to smell, which is kind of the purple berry flanker of Yes I Am. But I've got perfumes that smell like the original one, and this one doesn't have the cedar, it doesn't have any kind of ambroxany type things in it, and it doesn't really smell like Yes I Am, but it smells like the berries from that one. But the marshmallow is just addictive in this. It's so powdery. It's very sweet, obviously, but it is. I really like it. I'm really happy with that one. I really would say that's a safe bet. So I won't talk about this one much because I wear it all the time. This is Stash by Sarah Jessica Parker, and I love Stash. I think it's delicious, but I have to say, it's just such an easy reach that I can't keep finding new things to say about it. I wear it like every fortnight pretty much. Again, in winter in hot weather I probably won't, and I will just go back to wearing Katy Perry's Indi pretty much all the time, every couple of weeks. But when it's cold, I just think this is so beautiful. It's sandalwood, tonka bean and honeysuckle with a bit of quince. It's like that's what that smells like to me, and I absolutely love Stash. This is Stash Unspoken. I just love this. I love the whole Stash range. When I got home in the evening, I tried this one. This is one I got on eBay. This is Jennifer Lopez JLove. I'm going to have to move things around a bit, aren't I? So people can actually see things. Yeah, so JLove by JLo. I just got it on eBay. I mean, as you can see, it's missing the top. I'm not sure if that's because whoever owned it lost it, or because it was a tester bottle. What did it say? Doesn't say. So that's supposed to be an eau de parfum. This is one where I just can't really smell this perfume, and I don't know if I can't smell it because it's weak or because I'm ill. But it just sort of, it has a slight tropically vibe to it when you first spray it, and then it kind of almost entirely disappeared on me. I just can't really smell it. I don't really know, like, I don't know. I'm just not sure about it. So yeah, I don't know. It's anyway, the top notes: tangerine, pineapple, raspberry, pink grapefruit. Middle notes: coconut, orchid, tiara flower, and water lily. Base notes: sorbet, vanilla, white woods, and musk. So the kind of sorbet, musk, the tangerine, pineapple, raspberry situation, and the coconut. All of those things are things that I was like, oh, I really want to try and smell this one. But honestly, I mean, I literally can't smell anything from the thingy. Yeah, you get a slight shampoo-y kind of tropical vibe. I feel like the coconut in this is just making it smell like a kind of shampoo, like a creamy shampoo or something. Yeah, and it's a bit tropically, but it lasts for like 2 seconds on me, so I don't know whether I might just keep this one until it's like warm weather. But to be honest, I was highly unimpressed with this. I've actually got a few Jennifer Lopez that when I'm feeling a bit better I will do some videos about, but yeah, I didn't really like that one. On Friday, I really love this. I haven't worn this one for a while, and oh my god, it's so delicious. Sarah Jessica Parker. This is Lovely Lights. It normally has like a little bow tie style thing on here, but I got rid of that because I just don't like the way it looked. Top notes: honeysuckle, neroli, mandarin orange. Middle notes: gardenia, jasmine, cashmerian. Base notes: musk, amber, and sandalwood. This perfume is very sweet and creamy, and I'm not really sure where that sweet creaminess is coming from. I feel like it makes me feel like the honeysuckle's quite high up in the mix here. There's like, it's a warm floral. It's a creamy, sweet, warm floral, and it's so pretty. As I said when I first got this, it gives me the vibe that I was looking for when I got Dolce Garden, but that one, the creaminess of that made me think of yogurt. There was something so sour and unpleasant about it, mixed with the sweetness, that I really didn't like it. Whereas Lovely Lights was so easy to wear. I could really smell this one. Probably like the strongest perfumes for me that I wore this week, the ones I could smell the easiest, was this and this. So Indi and Lovely Lights. Now they're both creamy and musky perfumes. They're just lovely. I mean, this is one of those ones where I'm like, yeah, lovely is the right word for this perfume. Lights, I mean, I know that's just because she was on Broadway when she made this perfume, but you do get a bit of neroli, you do get a bit of gardenia. I don't recognise loads of jasmine in this. The cashmerian, it smells luxurious, this one. People describe this as boring, and I'm like, I don't know, because I haven't really smelt many florals that smell like this. Maybe I just haven't smelt loads of florals, which is very possible because, you know, I'm a bit of a fussbot. But it's super easy to wear. Again, it doesn't last forever, but it's actually relatively strong. If you overspray this a little bit, it's actually very noticeable. I could really smell it through my mask all the way to work. It's not screechy. It's not too like soapy. It's just creamy and sweet. It's just lovely. I love that perfume. So yeah, I'm really glad that I got that one. I'm really glad that I wore it this week. It's been a while since I've worn it, and I think I really, really enjoyed it way more than I sort of remembered I enjoyed that particular perfume. And I've talked about it before, but I really loved it this week. I'm going to try and squeeze them in. So that looks nice. All right. So the last two are samples that I'm going to have to actually do like a full wear test of. But at the moment, I'm kind of digging both of these. So I have a couple of Lolita Lempicka perfumes. They're both from the Sweet range, and the only other one that I've actually bought was Oh Ma Biche, and I bought that because of the Bellini note, but it made me feel so sick. You know what it is? It literally smelled like vomit to me, and the reason it smelled like vomit is because it had a fizzy, peachy, fruity, sharp Bellini note in the top, like a champagne-y Bellini note. And then there was something in the base that smelled like literal, like bitter, burnt caramel. And it was just foul. I've, funnily enough, just got a perfume that reminds me of it, even though it's a really old perfume. And I kept sniffing it and being like, there's something about this that I think smells like vomit, and I'm never going to be able to wear it. So anyway, but because I like the sweet ones, and I've seen people talking about this particular perfume, I wanted to try Lolita Lempicka Green Lover. Now, Green Lover is technically supposed to be for men. This is like supposed to be a cologne for men, but, well, it's no de toilette. But honestly, I've seen so many people talking about this, and I've looked at the reviews of it, and just generally speaking, it seems so unisex. I was like, I want to try it. And I think this is so lovely. And I kind of knew I would think that this is lovely. So what does it actually say on it? It says, a fresh shot of green mandarin overdose awakens our senses. Boosted, I'm going to try and skip through this. Peppery Timor, peppercorn, green fizz cocktail, juniper oil, peppermint, spearmint, vanilla infusion with musk. Now for Grantica, this says top notes green mandarin and pepper, middle notes gin, mint and juniper berries, and base notes of Madagascar, vanilla and musk. There's nothing in this that I think is massively masculine. I can definitely smell the mint, the juniper. I can smell the gin. So it smells like a gin and tonic with mint, mandarin. It's got a slight warmth from the pepper, and then it's got a very, 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 very strong custardy vanilla, and I really like it. I think this is a beautiful perfume. It's like a beautiful green summer vanilla. I think it's lovely. I think I might want a bottle of it. However, again, like I said, because I got this recently, and I'm not necessarily trusting my nose, I'm going to have to do like a full day wear test when I'm back to normal and see how I feel about it. But like, just generally speaking, it's so beautiful. It's so pretty. I love the bottle. I love that bottle. I think that's one of the things that made me look at it, to be honest. But I just think it's really, the dry down, my husband sniffed it and said, oh, it just smells like vanilla. But I can still smell that kind of greenness, that juniper. I can still smell that kind of slightly bitter gin and tonic, and a little bit of mint in the vanilla-y dry down. So I think it actually smells quite interesting, but it is subtle from what I can tell. And on my skin, I feel like the vanilla lasts for quite a long time, if you see what I mean. Like, I think it's a skin scent, but it lasts for quite a while. I mean, often I think male perfumes are a bit skin scenty unless you go full like crazy with it, but these kind of citrusy ones tend to be quite skin scenty. But I really liked this, so I was like, right, this is making me want to try something else that I've been wanting to try for ages. I've wanted to sniff it anyway, and because this one's actually compared to it, so I was like, I'm just going to smell that. And that is one that people talk about all the time, LolitaLand. So obviously this is one that's actually for women, supposed to be for women anyway. Don't have to say, do I? Anyone can wear whatever they want, you know what I mean? But it's it's marketed towards women. So LolitaLand, I've never, like, Oma Bish has the same lid as this, which is like a weird little, I don't know, it's like a deer with wings or something. I hate that lid, but I love this bottle. Oma Bish has a really plain bottle, which isn't very interesting, but this one, really nice. Now you can tell how much vanilla is in this because you can see how dark it is in the actual juice compared to this. So this one, what does it actually say? Yeah, it doesn't even say anything on here. But this is another Bellini one. So it turns out that's what I should have done. I should have got this one instead of Oma Bish. But I didn't know what kind of vanilla would be in this. And I didn't know it would be the kind of vanilla I like, which is like a custardy vanilla. Like, it's not perfumey. It's not like sickly or burnt smelling. It's like, It literally smells like a kind of creme brulee style custardy vanilla, do you know what I mean? But quite strong. So the notes in this, there's a lot of them. Bellini, Italian mandarin, orange, pepper, grapefruit, lemon and lime. Middle notes are white peach, plum, blackcurrant, jasmine sambac, jasmine, magnolia and rose. Base notes, Madagascar vanilla, licorice, benzoin, white musk and sandalwood. So there's so much going on here, but really I'm just getting that kind of... The Bellini is kind of coming across. I was watching someone talk about it. Gabby loves perfumes, and she said it smells like apricot jam, and I do understand what she's saying there. It does have like a fruity apricot, and I think that's the mixture of the white peach with all the citruses makes it smell a bit apricotty, and the Bellini as well. So it's like and it's got a tanginess, but it's nowhere near as kind of sharp and champagne-y as Oh My Bish. So it does smell like, it smells like an apricot jam cake that's got a ton of vanilla in it and maybe with like custard on top. It's really delicious. I really actually like this one way more than I thought I would. And you know what it is? I keep trying these kind of vanilla-y, creamy, caramelly, dolce de leche perfumes that have like sharp top notes, and they often have that kind of vomity vibe to me, and that they seem to clash horribly. So like, I mean, it's difficult for me to talk about Wanted Girl because that has so much patchouli in it that, I mean, awful. But I find in that particular perfume, the sharp fruit notes in that clashes hideously with the dolce de leche. That's just how I personally feel about that perfume. I also can't wear like Fleur de Femme and Poison Girl because I also have a bit of a problem with the sweet base there compared to like the continuous sharpness and acidity of the fruits in the top. Again, it's like, I think on other people I'd like that smell, that kind of smell profile, but I can't wear it myself. It kind of makes me uncomfortable. Whereas this one, you may get that tanginess at first, but then it really does start to smell like a jam. So you do have like a tart fruit, but it's so sugared. It's so sugary. And then if you think it's like a kind of cakey vanilla, a custardy cakey vanilla, it becomes way more gourmand to me, like in a kind of much more pleasant way and one that doesn't clash as much. And so I just really I was really surprised by how much I liked this one. And what I would say is I feel like LolitaLand is like a cold weather, lovely, interesting, well, is it a sort of interesting vanilla? But it's mainly vanilla. And Green Lover feels like a kind of green summer version of this because it's got a very similar vanilla in both of these perfumes. And I feel like you really could have had this as a flanker of this. I feel like this could be LolitaLand Summer. Because this one I think will lend itself to warmer weather, and I probably will wait until the weather warms up a bit in the UK to do a full day's wear test of this to see how it performs. This one I think is going to be a much more wintry thing. So if I can find this one for a bargain, I mean, I need to do a full day's wear test of that quite soon. But yeah, I mean, it was quite a fun week, to be honest. I kind of enjoyed this week. I think it was nice. I'm so happy to be able to smell anything at the moment that it's very exciting to try new things, you know. It's just super exciting. So yeah, that was my week. I'm happy to be back. I've got some videos coming up that might be a bit old, so just to explain to anyone who watches me regularly, sometimes I'll be like, oh, well, this is compared to this and I haven't smelt it, and you know I've smelt it because you've seen me talk about it in what I wore last week or something else. But because I have a big backlog, sometimes there's ones I just want to get out earlier for one reason or another, because I've seen it on sale somewhere or because I know it's discontinued. So yeah, this is what I wore last week, and some of it I'm really excited about, but I think particularly if you live in the UK, you can get like a bottle of this for £9 something on Amazon. You can get the bigger bottle for about 16, which is, I should have done that, but I was trying, not to be silly, because I thought, oh, it's a possibility I don't like it, but I really, really like it. I think it's delicious. So yeah, that was what I wore last week, and I'll see you guys soon. I hope you're all well.